This is a battle in round 2 of the random New Year's Flash tournament. The randomness comes from a random number generator being used to determine which factions the players will be using. So this is Poccopacs commanding Pontis versus Hamilcar Barca commanding Tylus. Tylus is a tough matchup for Pontis. Let's see what Tylus has brought. So we did see Tylus in this tournament, even though it was the will of the gods that Tylus was in this tournament. Celtic warriors, tribal warriors, blah blah blah. Mercenary Thracian peltasts, Thracian warriors, Levy freemen, the obligatory raiding horse. No horse archers for Pontis, which I find a bit strange. And what I find even stranger is 5 Theraeus spears. What are the Theraeus spears going to kill? Tylus only has the raiding horsemen. But there we have a nice bunch of units. Mercenary naked swords. Mercenary Celtic warriors, so those are a given against Tylus. But then we have the Pontic Royal Cavalry, we have the Chariot. I'm surprised at no horse archers, maybe because they get zoned out very easily by this raiding horse. That is entirely possible. So with good Chariot use, this is absolutely possible for Pontus, but it's so hard because if the Chariots die, then Pontus dies. It's as simple as that. And the Noble Horse General is a smart choice against Pontus, because the Noble Horse General is going to be able to stop the side Chariots somewhat reliably, at least. He also has 1 Eastern Archer. And I think against Tylus, going skirmish heavy is actually a good idea, because usually Tylus will only have raiding horse and maybe 1 noble horse to try and catch them. So with Pontus you should be able to get the cavalry advantage super easy, especially if you get horse archers and you micro them well. Just walking the units, not really tiring them out. Noble blood cavalry looks good. So here we have the Theraeus screening away the raiding horse. Chariots are going to have a hard time finding an angle of attack here. If they get showered by javelins, they are just going to get destroyed. The raiding horse being super annoying in the rear. That's what they do. These Eastern Archers here need to be careful. The raiding horse could just rush in and destroy them with 1 charge. But it looks like the raiding horse are not going to. The Eastern Archers are going to show how incompetent they are at leading a target. Now that is something that is weird in this game, or doesn't make sense. Archers can't lead a unit of cavalry worth shit, like they can't hit them. But an onager, or a ballista, or a scorpion has no problems sniping fast-moving horse archers running across the field. That's a bit weird that it's easier to calculate the trajectory and the speed of a huge stone, uneven stone, or maybe it was even, but calculate that and hit a guy than it is to do so with an arrow and a bow that you've been practicing with for most of your life. Oh, poor Pontus. So Thureos wasting javelins on Levy Freeman. But they need to deal with the speed bump some way, it's just that this is not an effective way of doing so. That's the Pontic problem though. Pontis doesn't have... Pontis has the chariot to deal with these mid-tier sword units. The Pontic swords, no chance in hell. If the Celtic warriors get tied up here, one charge from the tribal warriors, good night sweet prince. And the same with the mercenary naked sword. So Pontis is versatile, but Pontis is also super fragile. So this is a good time to be pulling out the mercenary Celtic warriors. Yep, run away. Good job, very nice. Mercenary Thracian Peltast wasting a few shots there, so that was good by Poccopacs. He needs to be very patient now. It's not really good wasting all of his javelins on these Levy Freemen either, but he's doing some damage to the Raining Horse. Maybe he could start sniping some of the, like snipe the Thracian warriors with the Eastern Archers there. That would probably be a good idea. I do not like this. I do not like this one bit. Levy Freemen are being destroyed, but Celtic warriors are countercharging the mercenary Celtic warriors there, so that was not good. Noble Blood is presumably going to move onto the flanks to charge the Thracian warriors, I guess, or no. They're going to turn away. Tribal warriors getting showered with javelins. Charges down the center. Mercenary Celtic warriors are going to lose to Celtic warriors. And tribals. And here we have the Raiding Horse free to skirmish against the Noble Blood cavalry. Hamilcar is very smartly screening the chariots with his Noble Horse general. Here we have the naked warriors coming in, smashing into the Oathsorn, and they're actually doing some damage on the charge, but they're going to take a lot of damage themselves. I kind of wonder why he didn't use Frenzy. This would be a perfect Frenzy charge against the engaged Oathsorn. Could do a lot of damage to the Oathsorn with Frenzy. But too late. So the chariots are where? There they are, okay. The Celtic warriors got some kills, but mainly on Levy Freeman. Just shield wall, javelins, the chariots are dead. Very good counter by Hamilcar against the chariots. Basically a perfect counter. Keeping very heavy cavalry in reserve, having javelins to take care of the chariots. The chariots are going to get kills, but they are very close to being combat ineffective. They do have some serious MLG turning skills though. So they're still going to be able to do some damage here. This is why chariots are so annoying. Like, you can make them stuck, but then they can just turn around and start moving at amazing speeds. And as long as a few chariots are free, they're going to be able to do this, which is super annoying. Thracian warriors losing to mercenary naked swords, it seems like. And keep in mind that the mercenary naked swords are way too cheap at 380, they should be 480. Just another inconsistency, and amazingly enough the chariots are still alive. They were countered perfectly with shield wall, heavy cavalry and javelins. Still, chariots don't really care. They have bugged hitboxes. They can start moving from a dead stop. Here comes the Noble Horse again, charging into the chariots, and now they're going to start losing men quickly. Celtic warriors doing okay on the flanks there. Celtic warriors always seem to do decently well. Mercenary naked doing okay against tribals actually, because the tribals were attacked in the rear. But without its chariot, Pontis does not have the staying power to trade it out, slug it out with Tylus like this. This is Tylus' game, this is not Pontis' game. And again, no frenzy. This would be a good time to use the frenzy, I think. The kills on the mercenary naked swords are very real. Extreme kills. With Frenzy they would have had something like 200 kills by now. They are losing over here. They do not like being fired upon, so that's the problem with naked swords. That's kind of why you don't want naked swords to cost 480 and to be sort of mainline infantry. They need to flank and such, but although the chariots didn't do well, here you can see the killing potential of the mercenary naked swords. Horse archers would have been a great addition to this Pontic army, I think. The naked swords and the Celtics do well overall. It's just too bad that they have to be wasted against Levy Freeman. I think another option for Poccopacs would have been to have more skirmish power, ideally slingers, and then he could have stood at range and skirmished against the important units of Tylus, the squishy units of Tylus, and he would even have enough ammunition to go for the noble horse general to try to push him away so he can move in his side chariots and such, trying to counter Tylus with only a chariot, some cavalry and a few swords. I think that certainly isn't something that Pontis is going to do, at least. But still, good game. It was a good game to watch. Aren't you glad that we got to see a Tylus game? Yay! But thanks to Poccopacs for participating in this tournament. Thanks to both players for playing a very interesting game. Thanks for watching. Strength and honor.